What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Max Stack Motorsports. Here again, another video with the GTI. I don't know if you guys can see it. So everything's all lowered down. Got everything all taken care of as far as the suspension, brand new brakes, all that fun jazz. I had a lot of issues yesterday doing the brake bleeding. Yeah, unfortunately it just didn't work out. But we took it for a ride around the block and everything feels really good. Just gotta fix this relay here. There we go. Yeah, everything feels nice. Everything's nice and tight, which is pretty sweet. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, today I can't really do much with the brakes until I bring it to the shop. I think I'm just gonna let the boys at Das Parts do it, as they're more professional, excuse me, than I am. But yeah, today's gonna be a fun video. What I'm actually doing today is we're gonna be putting in, oh, thanks to the wind, our Underglow kit. So I'll try to show you guys this in the shade so you guys can see. There you go. So again, if you guys follow the videos throughout the winter and whatnot, I did a quick little preview on this, but yeah, this is from Super Bright LEDs. Yeah, there's nothing on the front here except for, there you go, part number right there for you guys. Again, this is gonna be a little different as far as an actual Underglow kit. I'm not doing the full side skirts. I'm mainly focusing on the grille, the front bumper. I might try to put a couple at the back, something like that. It's more of like an accent lighting compared to like a full Underglow kit. And yeah, I've always thought the Underglow kits were pretty cool. I'm a big fan of them, even before in the 90s and whatever. They were going out of style, but with LED technology now, everything's so crisp, everything looks so good, and I think it's pretty cool if I can race this somewhere at night and have a nice kit on it. But again, Super Bright LEDs, and this is what we're looking at right here. So as you guys can see, it has 8 strips, RGBs, so I can have them fairly, I think, whatever color I want roughly. But there's like a little controller here, and then you slide this down, see that it has the little buttons. Each button has its own function, and if you read the instructions, there's the battery. Read the instructions right there, so it'll tell you everything. And then if you take a look at, if I can get it, the instructions opened up right there. You can see all the wiring diagram and all that jazz. And then I think it shows you where, I don't know if it shows you actually where the colors are, but oh yeah, here we go. So here's your colors. So yeah, 20 different modes that you can do with flash modes, fade modes, all that stuff. So, and then you can see it there. But anyways, yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing right now, I'm just gonna take the front bumper off, and then I gotta do some shaving on the front bumper as well, just to make some clearance for the oil cooler, just a little bit more clearance. But yeah, I'll unravel this, and then I'm gonna have to go underneath the car and see where I want to do it and how I'm gonna wire everything up. So yeah, welcome back again, and let's get cracking. So you can see we got our wires all separated here, and then right here is our yeah, that's the ballast, or I guess you can say the power source. And then you got your basic connections. The white is your antenna, so this is what's going to help you or help your controller, your wireless controller, do everything it has to do. And then we have right here, this is our power wire, obviously, and then it's got a fuse, mini fuse inline, as you can see, and then it's got an actual fuse inside. Let me just pop it up here for you. There you go. So just a little 5 amp right there, already good to go. Make sure when you guys close it that it's all nice and sealed up, that way you don't get anything in there. It says I have to, well, it says connected to the battery, so that's obviously so that I can use it. I mean, if the car's parked at a car show, whatever, I don't have to have the ignition on and whatnot. So what I was originally thinking was I was going to use the relay here that if you guys remember, I did the fan wiring. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to leave that still for another project. I got those wires capped, and then I got the black. Black is obviously for your ground, and then sorry, the blue The blue here is if you want to wire this to like a brake light switch. So pretty much like you wire it into the circuit with your brake lights, so if you press the brake pedal, then every single light that's on this harness here will automatically go red. So it's mostly made for if you're gonna put it on like a tailgate of a truck or a motorcycle, or even in this case if you want to do it, but that's what the blue's for. So we're not gonna be using that, so I'll just probably wrap it up, cap it off. But the biggest thing I'm having here is how I'm going to get this harness into the car. I have all the wiring here for the boost gauge. I have the wiring for the fan stuff, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room. So I'm either going to drill another hole myself, and I might go somewhere close in the vicinity of the boost gauge line. So right in there. And then I have like a bunch of rubber grommets, but I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to do that. I just know that I'm going to do as much as I can to kind of stay with this wiring harness here, which is from the fans. If not, then I'm not sure. I'll have to figure something out. But yeah, I'm going to take the bumper off too. So T30 is what you need the most to take off all the tabs here and at the bottom. So I'm going to get cracking on that. That way we can get the bumper off, because I'm going to be putting a couple for sure on the front bumper support and in the lower grille region. That's the main place I want to have some, and then potentially if I can get them to the back. I have a couple ideas I'm kind of floating around with on some brackets and whatnot. So yeah, take my T30 here, and as you can see, start cracking on it and get this done. A little tight here now that the car's lowered, but we got it. Don't forget the T20s. There we go. So bumper's off. I'm gonna put in the side marker bulbs here. So they're just 194 LEDs that you can use. So let me just grab one so you guys can see right here. So I got these crappy T all day, and it's just like a cool white 6000K. So if you guys know your LEDs and color temps and all that stuff, that's just like a nice bluish white. And then for these guys, make sure you guys put them in the right way. They do have like contact points on each side, but you want to make sure they're in the right way, because yeah, if you put them in the wrong way, the lights won't come on. So like when I just plugged these two in, the one on the passenger or the driver's side and the passenger side, I checked them all. This one worked, the other one didn't. I just had to take it out and flip it around and put it in the other way, and it worked fine. So now good to go on these. So I'm just gonna leave those aside. Make sure you guys put them back into your clearance lights there. Alright guys, so just to update you guys on everything, I ended up putting it right here. If you guys can see that, there's a lot of sun here today. There you go. Yeah, so I ended up putting this here. I know it says it's upside down and stuff, but I wanted to have the cord here for the split. I wanted it on this side so I can maximize as much as the engine bay space as I could. I just could not, like, I couldn't find anywhere to drill another hole, and I wasn't gonna fit this in through the hole that I had either the boost gauge boost line in, or the wires for all the gauges and the fan stuff. So yeah, honestly I think it'll be okay here. You guys can see I can clean it right up. So I put a little bit of brake clean on there just to get the surface as dirt and grease free, and then some double-sided tape. And then you guys can see I took the wiring here. So here's our power, our blue wire, our white wire, the antenna, which the antenna's in here. Hopefully has a good signal on it. If not, I'll have to figure something out. And then we have our black, our negative right here. And then I got the power line going underneath this section of the battery and to right there. And then I got it wrapped up again with the DEI thermal wrap. This stuff's awesome, and try to make it look as OEM as possible, nice and clean. And then what I did is I'm going to try and put a bunch of stuff on the bottom of the car, more in the center, and maybe a bit on the subframe. And then these four over here, I'm going to focus on just the front. So kind of, you can kind of see here's the split right here for the 8-piece. So we have 4 of them going here, and then I have the other 4 going down the side here. I'll show you guys underneath when we go down there. I'm going to run it just beside the brake lines. I didn't want to run anything with electrical or frequency, any of that stuff along the fuel lines, any of that stuff. So yeah, and then I got everything kind of tucked away nicely. As you guys can see too, I did have to remove my air box, and I took off the MAF sensor here, and then again with this relay jumper box, or whatever this is, the junction box here. So, but yeah, I think it should be okay there. Like I said, I don't really care that this is upside down. To me, it doesn't really mean much. I'm more going for the whole kind of look of everything with the hood down. I'm not much of a guy to show everything off at meets with the hoods up, and really there's not much to really look at here. So but yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get this line here, tuck it behind the main harness housing here, and then that way everything looks nice and clean. It's all kind of in the back. That way I don't have to worry about anything being out of place and having wires all over the place, because this car alone already has enough of that. So let's get that all cleaned up, and then we'll go underneath, and then we're gonna slowly start to mount stuff with some brake clean and the 3M strips and a rag, and then we'll take up all the slack as we come back out of this hole here. Oh, okay, so you guys can see now. So here's the 4 down here that we're gonna mount. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm gonna run along the brake lines here with, oh boy, the thermal covering, and then I'm going to mount 2 on this cross member right here for the exhaust. I don't plan on taking this exhaust off for a while. Should be okay at the track unless anything goes bad, but I think it'll look pretty cool underneath. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But yeah, and then I gotta be careful with the heat. But yeah, what I'm thinking is that I will run, like I said, along the brake lines. Let's see how everything comes down right through there. So I'm gonna go on the outside of the subframe here and tie it, or zip tie it nice and tight up to the brake lines. That way, yeah, I mean, with the new subframe bushings and the new subframe, it should be okay. And then I gotta make sure I keep it over the tie rods there and the axle, which should have no problem doing that. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And then the other one I'm gonna mount, I don't know if I'm gonna mount 2 on the subframe at all, or some a little closer to here, but we'll see how it goes. I don't want to put any on the pinch welds, just because there's so much like anti-rust kind of coating and stuff on there, and I really don't want to take any of it off. I really don't. I know this is not like the best looking show car, but I don't want to mess around with that too much. I'm trying to keep the coating on there as best I can, and obviously like this little piece right here doesn't have any. And the subframe, yes sir, it has the brand new coating again, which puts a nice little smile on my face. Already got cobwebs. There's already cobwebs on it. Come on, we gotta get the car on the track, guys. Let's go. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm going to just run my lines across here and then go across there, and then once I have those mounted, I will pick up all the slack and slowly work my way back up to the engine bay, which will allow me to tie everything up. That way it looks nice, doesn't sag. I'm not gonna go crazy tight, because you know, I mean, the chassis will go through some sort of movement either on the track or on the corner and stuff, so you want to leave just a little bit of slack. But yeah, so let's do that. I'll get this all kind of hooked up. It's really tight underneath here today. I don't have my big stands, I just have my ramps on both sides, so we'll see how it goes. So here's the first location, guys. Again, take a can brake clean or some sort of cleaner just to get like the first layer of grease and dirt off, or else you're not going to get a good adhesive contact with these strips. Hopefully they stick. We'll see. Like I said, I'm going to try not to drive this thing in the rain, even though these are IP67, so they are waterproof for sure. But this thing's never going to see snow again for at least as long as I own it. But I'm just going to give us a nice little wipe down. I got the rag here, right there, and then the brake clean, so we'll give it a little spray here into our first mount. Okay, so first one right here. So this kit has different sizes. The 4 I'm dealing with right now, they have 2 like this, so it's like 8 inches, I think, and then the other one's just a wee bit smaller. But I'm gonna go on a nice angle right here, I think. Stick it right up. See how it works. Just got the 3M tape on the back. And try to keep your hands as clean as possible when you guys do this. Get our good placement here. Nice, guys, nice. Very, very good so far. And then I'm gonna put the cord up somewhere where it's not gonna stress on it too much. That way it doesn't create anything that's gonna cause it to come down with gravity. Alright, you can see that's all nice and stuck up. We're committed now. So there's number 1. Put number 2 right here, and then I'll be able to run my protective coating there. Zip tie them up, nice and tight, nice and neat. Looks good. And also with the protective coating, it's gonna kind of help with heat protection from the exhaust, as well as any sort of interference with our brake lines here. Hopefully this works, guys, 'cause it's gonna look pretty cool at nighttime if it does. See how dirty that is? Okay, now get the coating or the tape off. Oh, it's so tight in here today. Ooh, baby, there we go. Alright, try to be symmetrical with the other one. And there we go. Nice pressure all the way around. Okay guys, so now we got our 2 lines here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Right there. And then we're gonna run it along right there, along the brake lines. Again, it's so low in here because the car's a lot lower now. This is how we do it, baby. Built on the driveway. The screen's probably crooked right now for you guys. There we go, guys. You can see now. Put the 2 right there, and then very lightly get the zip tied to the brake lines. Again, these are nice and clean brake lines. If they were all rotted out and stuff, I wouldn't be doing it, but... And then we have the cover over top to make it look nice and clean. And then, oh, moving over to the front. So now I have these 2, which I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'm debating on them right now. I might just go on the subframe. Put 2 right on the subframe and leave enough slack for any sort of flexing and stuff like that. Like, I don't plan on taking the subframe out for a while, obviously, now, because it's all nice and clean and everything's in there is in good shape. So yeah, I might just do that. Just mount them on the subframe and then run the wire up right on the side there. And then yeah, you can see why we start at the back right there and pull all the slack all the way back up. Makes it nice and tight. Very, very clean. You don't want too many loops kicking around. Got one here. Again, guys, brake clean it. Just be careful because this is all brand new paint, so won't put too much. So I think I'm gonna put one right there and one on the other side like that. Nice. So there's one right there. And guys, it's always good to, like, I'm doing this, it's right, it's like 27 degrees Celsius here right now. So you don't want to be doing this when it's pissing rain or in the cold with the moisture, and you know, when it's cold, you're not going to get the proper adhesiveness. So unless you have like a heated garage and stuff, but this is perfect weather for this right now. No rain, no moisture. It's really hot in the sun, but it's nice underneath here right now. Nice even pressure all the way. Awesome. Let's do the other one. So this stuff is pretty cheap for what it is. There's like $89, I think it was. But I mean, that's not bad for like a glow kit. even though it's not like a legit professional full wraparound brackets, self-tapping screws, all that type of stuff kit. It's just, like I said, supposed to be more of an accent lighting type of thing, and I figured I'd give it a try to see how it's going to work on the car. But oh, that's nice right there, very nice. So again, I'm just going to zip tie everything up, and then I'll pull the slack up through the brake lines. Alright, so I got enough slack that I got enough room to play with. I'll probably tap in, or not tap in, but I'll probably just do a little zip tie on the O2 sensor wire for the AFR gauge, and then I'll put another zip tie over here, and that way, like I said guys, it's got enough flex to move around when the car starts moving. And again too, with the thermal wrap here, it's nice because I have the exhaust right beside it with the wrapped titanium wrap on there as well, which is good now because then I can protect it from all the heat. But oh man, I can't wait to get to the top of this car because my neck is killing me doing this right now. Nice and clean, guys. Look at that. Looks awesome. Again, not too much slack, but not tight. And yeah, should be okay. Hardest part's gonna get, or the hardest part is going to be getting any of this thermal stuff going up through here around the subframe. But anyway, so I got all the slack here right now. It's up in here. So I'm gonna go back up top there, and then I'll grab I have a couple ideas actually. What I might do is I'll take all the slack up, and then because the splitter has individual harnesses or individual connections for each one, which I think they can go to wherever one they want, I'm going to disconnect them, throw everything down here, and then I can do a full wrap and then send it all the way back up and reconnect it all. So 4 connections here, guys. Again, this is for the 4 lights that are down here on the bottom, and then the front lights will have the same thing. So again, there's 8 pieces in total, and there's a big Y. You can kind of see the wires at the very front there, but there's a big Y, and it splits into two sections of 4, and then each section of 4 has 4 connections in general too. So yeah, I just disconnected all these at the top end of the harness, so that way I have everything down here. I can get this all nice and straight, and then I'm going to put my coating stuff on it, and then I'll send it back up to the top. We're good on that right now. And it's always good to, I'm going to just make sure they're all even and then twist them all up. This stuff's amazing. I love it so much more than the crappy loom you get, the vacuum hose. So this one's just a little short. This is the one that's on the far side over there. I would show you guys, but it's, like I said, it's really tight. And then, yeah, see how it's all nice and tucked in. I try not to do it too tight. I don't want to squeeze the brake lines together. But now we're just gonna kind of push this baby up right here, just on the outside of that 18 mil from the control arm with the nut right up in there, and then yeah, straight up along the brake lines as well, and keep everything as close to the firewall on the intake side as much as possible, away from all the heat from the axles and your tie rods. Oh baby, okay guys, there you go. Oh man, that was probably the hardest part, just getting the bottom stuff done. Yeah, it'd probably be nice to have a legit kit, but this is still, I think, pretty cool. So I got everything. You can't really see it because there's like freaking brake lines everywhere and wires and all that jazz from the stock harness, and this one right here. This is all the stuff for the fan and the air fuel gauge. But you can kind of see down here where my hand is. So that's the wires. It comes up. Because the one is short, it was kind of a pain, but I have it all the way. I'm going to go underneath just to double check. And then all the slack I just kind of tucked safe spot here behind the firewall, or not behind the firewall, but up against the firewall. Again, that'll be out of the way of the intake and everything. And then when I put everything back, it should be nice and hidden. So yeah, anyways, so here's the 4 other ones for the front. This should be a lot easier. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna make my connections where I have to, and then I'm gonna try to tuck everything up and around back here, and then go around the radiator towards the front, and then that should hopefully get that all done. And thank God I'll be able to be outside in this spot right here where I got a lot of room, and then hopefully that takes care of the kit today. So I should have enough wiring to get back to the harness. So again, guys, I'm gonna start with this guy right here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to tuck it in right in this little spot here. That way it's nice and hidden away from people. Like, so when the lights are on, I don't want them to see the actual LEDs shining. I want it to be like a glow. So yeah, I'm gonna see if it's gonna work in here. It should hide underneath the grill. The only way you're gonna see is if you're doing what I'm doing right now, and you're way at the bottom over here. But again, we're gonna grab a brake clean it up, put the fresh strip on there, run the wire back, not too tight, but enough to have some good slack on it, and enough to keep it out of harm's way. So number 1, again, that'll be nice and covered up by the grill, and then I have the wire and everything tucked up just in behind the rad cradle here. Hopefully, like I said, this stuff's pretty high heat. Hopefully it doesn't go up in flames on the radiator. It shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't hear this on the cooling fins and whatnot. But again, guys, try to be as stealth as you can, as clean as possible. Unfortunately, right there is nothing I can really do about that. But right here, and clean it up real nice, make it look really good. And then working on number 2, we're gonna put the second one right there, and then we'll bring in the line, this guy right here, into this. And then everything should fit underneath the headlight when I put everything in. I might have to shave that little thing there a bit, but that's all right. Should be nice. As you're going along here, guys, again, try to find any spot you can zip tie to keep everything nice and hidden in a way. Like, obviously right now you can see everything. Hopefully when the bumper and everything's on, the headlight and everything's back in too as well, everything's nice and hidden. I don't want any wiring showing. I try to make this, like I said, as clean as neat as possible as I could, without being straight from the factory, you know what I mean? So see, so I got these 2 in. This stuff's on here. Now I just got to work on the last 2, and then hopefully find a good route for that, and then clean this up, make this look good, pack it all in, wire loom it all, and then hopefully that should take care of it. And then I'll probably do a quick little turn on right now, or when I'm done, and then probably tonight maybe I might come back outside and do it, see what it looks like at nighttime. Whew, last one, guys, last one here. Oh, there we go. Whew. Okay, there's our 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Just get our wires going on here. Again, I think I'm going to do a bash bar next year for sure, because I'm not really digging this. I know it's not that bad, but even though I just did this stuff, I don't care. Next year I'm just going to do a bash bar, and maybe could do a different kit, but we'll see how it goes. So I ended up actually putting the loom on just for now, just in case. You know, I mean, there's some sharp edges around here from the bumper, plus the oil cooler sitting right here, which I really wish I would have put a big one on, but I can't fit it without a bash bar, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, got everything all up here, up around here. I'm gonna be careful here right now, just because there's no protection on here as of right now. And then I got everything that's gonna go underneath the headlight here, which should fit, because I know there's like a little bit of a gap. And now it's time to make the connections for this part of the harness, the 4 pins here, and then I can stuff this just on the inside here, keep it nice and safe from any harm. So there's the 4 connections again, guys. Just gonna tuck this all nice and behind. Actually, you know what, I might actually undo, looks like a 10 mil for stock intake. Yeah, that's definitely from the stock intake there. I might undo that, and then I can tuck all this wiring in there. And again, when I get the actual wire loom that I want, I can just come back in here, take it right off, and everything will be nice and dandy. Just tuck all this stuff in behind here, guys. again, just be careful with your harness, your power for that. And you guys can see how we can tuck it all in there nice. Oh yeah, I can pop that right out there too, and then run right in that little crevice. I actually found that if you guys go through, see the side of the fender here? Just make sure you guys undo the intake pipe there. But yeah, you can go right through there. That's actually a perfect spot, and it doesn't affect the headlight. I would still take the headlight off, just makes it a lot easier to move everything around. But yeah, everything's in there now. Again, I'm gonna have to go out and order like 10 feet. I don't need 10 feet, but I'll probably get like 10 feet of this DEI stuff again to protect it. And then again, should be fairly easy to do that, but everything's tucked in right here because I like to cover this whole section for sure. Like I'll wrap all that and then do a couple loops, yada yada yada, cover this up as well. But yeah, intake pipe, stock one, goes back in here, guys, just like that. And then you got your little 10 mil, and voila. Other than that, they'll have to be zip tied down there, just in there, but see what I mean? Nice and clean. Comes out. Obviously with the bumper on, you won't be able to see all this, which is the whole plan. And then, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I am absolutely wiped, guys. Not only like this, just, oh man, it's been a grind of a week, but yeah, the last thing to do now is just, we gotta put the battery into the controller, just read on the controller, and then hook everything up here, and then I can do like a small load test right now, and then again, like I said, I'll try to come out tonight and show you guys. So just hooking up the negative, guys. It's the last thing to go on, and then yeah, and then I gotta put the battery into the remote. And again, just because I had a long day here doesn't mean you will. So the actuator, some sort of actuator turn on there. Loosen it up just a little bit. I take the battery cable off all the time anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, and I don't like that electrical tape here. I'll have to figure something out about that, but at least you can see if the lights work. Again, I'm gonna have the battery cover over this as well, and I'll try to make it so that this goes underneath. But anyways, let's yeah, put the battery in the controller, which is over here. There we go. So battery and then controller, it tells you how to do all that. So let me just get that all set up, and then we'll go through some of the motions here and see if we can see some sort of light in the amount of daylight we still have. So there's already a battery in there, guys, but already look, already got lights. So that's pretty cool on the greens. Like I said, it's more of an accent light, nothing crazy. Let's see what the front looks like. Oh, you can't see much, but oh, that's pretty cool. And then if you look at the remote, it tells you for A. So if I want to do, oh, let's see for a second. So B, if I'm on B, so B's got a slow flash to it. Flash modes. Okay, if I press A, can you guys see all that? Nice, guys. Okay, so when I plugged it in, there was no battery in here. I thought there was, because when I plugged in the lights, I went over here to put the battery in, I looked underneath and everything was green, and it was like flashing green. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess there's already batteries in it. But I tried to use this and I couldn't do anything, and I guess, yeah, I guess there was no battery in. So I just put the battery in. Let me just grab the instructions one more time, guys. We'll kind of run through some of the cycles and see what they got going on. Okay, so right now we're on red. So see, we got here B for flash modes. So that's pretty sick. You have flash modes, and then you got, so that's a flash. That's pretty cool too. He has a bunch of them. And C for fading. So there's your fading right there. different styles. If we hold D in this situation, so D should go back to static red right there, so it stays on red. And then yeah, let's take a look at some of the colors. So we have 18 color modes, or single colors, and 7 2-color modes, which is pretty cool. So A, oh, blue. Oh man, guys, this is gonna be awesome. Bro, look how nice that looks. Oh yeah, guys. Again, I don't know how bright it's gonna be, but it looks like it's pretty bright right now, just in the daylight. But at nighttime, I think it'll be pretty cool. Oh, I like that color actually. That's nice, like turquoise. And again, guys, it's not like a full underglow kit. It's more of it's just some accent colors. You know what I mean? It's not a full wraparound. I can't really show you much on the grills because it's too bright out still. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm actually pretty happy with it. And then if I hold, you know, and I can dim everything down as well, I can have everything pretty much the way I want. So yeah, guys, what I'll do is later on tonight I'll try to come out in the darkness so you guys can see. That'll probably be, I can show you guys a quick clip of that way you guys can see it before I end the video. So yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a break and then I'll come back out later on at night, quickly show you guys how cool it looks.